Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn computer organization and operating system. See, this is one of the basic topic which is included in your previous classes also. First of all, we will learn what is computer. Full form of computer is commonly operating machine purposely used for trade, education and research. Machine which execute a set of instructions provided by the user to produce the desired output. Or we can say that computer is an electronic machine which converts the data into information. Now the question is, what is data and what is information? Data means input. Whatever input you are giving, you are providing to the computer, that is a data, means your raw material when it is not ready before the processing. What is information? When your data becomes meaningful with any output, that is called information. What is input and output? The things which you are entering into the computer through the input devices, that is the input. We have so many input devices like keyboard, mouse, these many more are there, like joystick, OCR, OMR. These all are the input devices. And what is output? When meaningful information we are getting, that means when a result we are getting on the monitor screen, that is a output. Input you have given, instructions you have given, after the processing you will get the output. We have different output devices also, like monitor, printer, speaker, plotter. These all are the output devices. See, one thing more, computer always follows the binary language. It understands only binary language, or we can say that machine level language or low level language. When you are writing down anything in the computer, you are writing down in high level language. High level language means your English as you are writing down, but computer does not know the language English. It has to convert each and everything into the binary language. And the base of binary language is 0 and 1, on and off, true or false. This is the base. Basically it converts all the things in 0 and 1, 0 1 0 1. Suppose you are writing down your name, or you have written your word, any word, like computer only, so it will convert the word computer in 0101 form first. To convert these things, it has the converters. What are converter? Converter is used to convert the high level language into the machine level language, or we can say that into the binary language. Like whenever suppose, basically these are almost used in the programming languages also. Like interpreter, what is the function of interpreter? It checks the data line by line, and after that wherever in which line it will get a error, it will show you in this line you have a error, so rectify that error, then only it will move forward. Same as the compiler we have, it will check the complete program, complete thing on the first, then after that it will show you all the errors togetherly, then you need to solve those errors. Next we have the terms hardware and software. Two terms are there in computer: hardware and software. Hardware and software, both the terms you are just learning it from, I think so, second and third standard onward. Even we can say that from first standard onwards we started teaching the students that what are the hardware devices and what are the software devices. You can see in the picture also, like hardware devices on the upper side, microphone is there, printer is there, computer is there, and software devices at the bottom of the screen, Microsoft Word logo, Excel logo, as well as the paintbrush. These all are the softwares. But what exactly hardware and software is? Very easy definition we are taking. Hardware, the part of computer which we can touch, like you can touch computer, you can touch printer, you can touch your microphone or headphone. This is a hardware. Each and every part of the computer we can touch with our hand, so that is a hardware. And what is a software? The part of computer which we cannot touch, that is a software. Two types of softwares are there: system software as well as application software. System software means the softwares which are used for the computer purpose only, that is a system software. Like different operating system, we can take the example of operating system. Operating system basically working for the computer, it managing all these things, it manage the processes, it manage all the peripheral devices of the computer, that is a system software. And application software are those software which are used for some particular purpose. As Word, Microsoft Word, this is a word processing software. It is used to type something. Same as paintbrush is used to draw something. So this is that both types of a software. Next we have characteristics of computer. Characteristics of computer means different type of qualities we are getting in the computer. Everywhere the things are having the advantages and disadvantages also, pros and cons also, same as we have the qualities of the computer also. Maximum qualities we have, less disadvantages we have. So that's why, for to make our work easier, we are using the computer. Then we have the first characteristic, speed. What is the speed? Speed of computer is measured in MIPS term. What is MIPS? Millions of instructions per second. This, with this term we are measuring the speed of our computer. Okay. And how we are sending the data to the another person, or the how information is being sent another place, for that we have the another term, that is a baud. Baud. That is also a measurement unit with which information is being sent. Speed of the computer is very fast as compared to the human being. Which work we are completing and taking time, same as computer is doing the same work within few seconds or within few minutes only. Then we have the next characteristics, versatility. Versatility means it is able to do variety of jobs. We are at present we are doing one thing only, but with the help of computer we can do two things, three things togetherly. Like suppose you are typing something and side by side you are listening the songs also, so simultaneously computer is doing two things. Then we have accuracy. What is accuracy? Accuracy means it is always giving you the accurate answers. Accurate answer, whatever you have given the input to the computer, according to that it will always give you accurate answer, means correct answers. Like suppose you have given the input to the computer 5 plus 5, so answer should be 10 only, but we are expecting answer should 0. Why? Because in our mind we are thinking that we have placed the symbol of minus, but by mistake we placed the symbol of plus. That's why it is giving you 10, not giving you 0. Means the problem is in the input only. That's why it has given the wrong output. But if you will give the whatever means the input you will give, according to that only you will get the output also. Diligence. What is diligence? Diligence means it never feel tired. Whatever work it is doing, it always gives in accurate manner. And as a human being, if twice thrice we need to do work, we are feeling tired, or continuously if we are working on the computer or anywhere, we are feeling tired by working continuously. But computer we are starting from the morning, and if you will switch off at the night, then also it will work as it is working usually. Next we have memory. What is memory? Memory is a part and parcel of computer where all the things are being stored. Like it has the main memory, like RAM memory, where each and everything is stored first, then only it is going in the another secondary storage devices. This is a memory. And computer memory is very sharp, it has a long memory. But human being nature is we are start forgetting some things, but computer never forgets. Suppose you have saved one file in the computer to use it for tomorrow, to use it after 10 days, to use it after 1 year, to use it after 10 years. Whenever means you need to use, you can use it. It will never give you any excuse कि I forgot, because the file as it is saved, it will always show you. Clear? Then the next is the storage. Its a storage capacity is very good as compared to the human being, because as we are thinking, suppose if I will ask you the things which are happened in the last 2 years, some things maybe we remember, but some things maybe we don't remember. But storage capacity of computer is whatever we saved, whatever we did in the last 2 years, it will show you कि these tasks you did in the last 2 years, these many files, or with these many softwares you have the files. But the computer is having the artificial intelligence, means it is a intelligent machine, but it is having the artificial intelligence. Why? Because computer is made by the human being, so due to human being only the computer is intelligent, because whatever the instructions are fed into the computer according to its programming, then accordingly only it is giving us the reply, it is giving us the output. So it is intelligence, it is giving us the answer quickly and correctly. But why? Because the human being fed the instructions in that. That is why this is a artificial intelligence. Next we have the block diagram of the computer. Block diagram of the computer, that how computer works. First of all, when we need to work with the computer, when we are working with the computer, we need to give the input first. Input, as earlier I told you, input with the input devices, with the keyboard, with the mouse. Along with the input we are giving some instructions also. As just earlier also I told, we have given the input of 5 plus 5, so we need the output 10. Or if you have given something else, multiplication you have given, minus sign you have given, then accordingly to the instructions only you will get the output. But as you will provide the input through the keyboard or through the mouse, first of all it goes in the CPU. In the CPU we are having the CPU box. CPU is very small in size. We have the CPU box. First of all, it enters into the CPU, and as it enter into the CPU, control unit will check the data, whether the data is related to arithmetical and logical unit or it is not related. If it is related to arithmetical and logical unit, then it will solve the problem, then the processing will start on that data. After that, data will be saved into the memory unit of the computer, maybe in the RAM only or in the hard disk, wherever we need to save, we will save the data over there. Then after finishing of the processing, because we have only one processing device, that is a CPU. CPU, central processing unit. It is working between input and output. It is also called the brain of the computer, because everything is processed in that. After the complete processing of data, we will get the output. Now where we will get output? On the output devices like monitor. We will see the output on the monitor, but without these main parts, without any main part, computer will not work. If we have suppose only keyboard, how we will work without the CPU or without the output device like monitor? Clear? Or if we are having the only monitor, then it is useless without CPU. We required all these main parts togetherly. Clear? Same as what is the full form of ALU? ALU full form is arithmetical and logical unit. Full form of CU is control unit. Full form of memory unit is MU is memory unit. So these all are the parts of a CPU, central processing unit. Next we have the main devices, the main parts of the CPU. Main parts are there in the CPU box. See the motherboard, after that CPU. Exactly the CPU is of this much size only. So see the CPU, where CPU is written Intel Core i5 or i7. These are also called the processors. These are also called, the chip is inserted on the motherboard. So this exactly is the CPU. This is only divided into three parts: CU, MU and ALU. Then we have the hard disk drive into the CPU box. We have the power supply also into the CPU box. And then we have the RAM also. RAM is a random access memory. See, as we were discussing about the memory, we are always saying like memory is of two types, but maximum person know that memory is of two types, but types of memory which they know that these both are of single type only. Like we are always explaining like memory is of two types, that is RAM and ROM. RAM stands for random access memory and ROM stands for read only memory, but these both are a part of internal memory. Like internal memory and external memory, actually we have these two types, internal or external. Primary memory is also called internal memory, same as secondary memory is also called auxiliary memory or external memory. Clear? Internal memory is also called main memory also. So in this main memory, we have two types, RAM and ROM. Further, this is divided into different parts. Like in present situation, in present scenario, we are using the RAM as a DDR, double data rate memory. Otherwise, we have more different type of memory, but presently we are inserting the DDR RAM in our computers. And ROM memory means we can't change anything in the ROM memory. RAM memory, when you started the computer, it started working, each and everything saved in the RAM memory first. As you will switch off the computer or any another thing you will save, then that thing will be saved in the RAM memory, and that which you written earlier, that will be clean. This for this we can take the example of blackboard of the class. Like as the teacher is entering into the class, he or she, they are writing down each and everything on the blackboard, and while going or when the new teacher is coming, they are erasing the board. Then after that again board is clean only. Clear? So this is a type of RAM memory, main memory. RAM and ROM both are the main memories. Next we have the operating system. Now we have the main term operating system. As we discussed, we took that operating system as an example of system software. What is operating system? Operating system is a system software which we are using to process the different things. It is actually in between, it make the communication process also between the user and between the computer. So we have the Windows, we have Macintosh OS X, we have the Linux, as well as we have Unix also. Different types of operating system we have. These all operating systems are of computer, PCs, laptops. But if we will see about the microphone, the computers, along with the computers, we can check that the mobile phones. In mobile phones, we have the another thing, another application software, as well as the system software. We have Android application software, which you are using Word, Excel, PowerPoint, or any app which you are downloading from the Play Store. These all are the application software. System software which Android you are using, same as iOS in Apple phones we are using. These all are the operating systems. We have the latest operating system, that is Windows 10, and the first operating system of the Windows is 3.1. Windows operating system based on the GUI, graphical user interface. We have one more operating system, that is DOS, Microsoft Disk Operating System. After that, we have how that operating system will connect with the other devices. Like operating system is having the good relation with the hard drive also. So whatever it is installed in the hard disk only, so when it is installed in the hard disk, then only it started working with the keyboard, with the mouse, with the printer, with the monitor, with all the other application softwares, or the apps, different app, whatever we will install, it will work along with that. It will manage all these things along with that. We have the different functions of the operating system, like process management, memory management, file management, device management, security, job accounting, secondary storage management, process management, networking, coordination between other software and as well as the user. So all these are the functions of computer. As already we read कि if we have the system software, if we have the operating system, then only we are able to process anything, then only we are able to give the input. Because if in this operating system will not be there in the computer, we are unable to install any other application software. So it is a main part of which by the operating system only the process management will be managed. And memory management also, same as file management also, it managing all the things that where to save the file, how to save the file, with which name the file should be saved. So devices also it will managing itself only, like so many peripheral devices we are attaching with the computer. So it is working accordingly, whatever we are attaching accordingly, it is installing the drivers also, it need the driver, so it maintain the proper relation between the device and the computer, so that device should work properly. We have job accounting, how to process the different job. Suppose same time 10 commands we have given, so it will run the command in that proper order how you have given the command, which command you have given first, which command you have given at second. So accordingly it will maintain the job. Secondary storage management, again the process management. Secondary storage management means which pen drive we are attaching, with which hard disk we attached, maybe the any external hard disk we are attaching, all these are managed by the operating system only. Networking, whatever networking we have maintained in the two computer, in the three computers, so it will work accordingly, whatever we have inserted it accordingly, it will maintain the relation how that networking should work, that how that if we need to share the data with someone else through the networking, so the system has to give the permission, so which drive we want to share with the another computer or with the another user. So these all are the functions of a operating system. At the end, we have the types of operating system. We have the single tasking and multitasking operating system. We have the single user as well as the multi-user operating system. We have real time operating system as well as the batch processing system. What is single tasking and multitasking? Single tasking means execution of only a single program at a given instance, and multitasking, it can execute more than one program simultaneously. Single user means only one user can use a system at a time. Multi-user, it allows many users to access the system by maintaining an account of all the registered users. See, as we can take the example of any bank. In bank, what's going on, as different clerks are sitting, manager is sitting, or any assistant manager is sitting, everybody is having the computer in these days. So wherever they are sitting, their account is maintained, their ID password is maintained, that which type of work they will do from their ID and password, it will be recorded in the main computer also. That is a multi-user operating system, means the grant is given to all the user, all the multiple users, so they can work simultaneously. Then we have the real time operating system. Real time operating system, it response time is fixed, like an anti-craft missile system must fire quickly without any significant delay. Means whatever time is placed, accordingly that automatically it will place the action also. That is a real time operating system. At last we have the batch processing system. Similar jobs are clubbed together and submitted as a block to the processor for execution. That is a batch processing operating system, which command sometime we want that ki this type of process we want daily, so accordingly it will run a same batch because that work you are doing it on daily basis. So these are the basic concepts which we started learning from third second onwards, and now hope these all topics are clear to you. Thank you.